welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today, well, it's pretty swift in focus. We are looking at the clash of the electric luxury titans, specifically the Mercedes-Benz EQS and the Lucid Air. These two cars, they really represent the absolute top tier of electric motoring right now.
Yeah.
But they come at luxury from, well, totally different angles.
That's absolutely right. You know, for decades, the Mercedes S-Class, that's been the benchmark for luxury. Full stop.
Right, the standard.
Exactly. And the challenge now is how do you translate that, effortless comfort, the refinement, all that cutting-edge tech into an electric car?
Yeah.
And the EQS and the Air, they're both really compelling answers, but like you said, distinctly different ones, almost opposing, really.
We've been digging deep into the sources on both. And it seems one really leans on that established Mercedes tradition, maximalist technology.
Feature rich.
While the other, the Lucid, it seems to get on simplicity, maybe space, and just sheer stunning performance.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So we want to give you the key knowledge nuggets from both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah.
We'll start with the newcomer, the American challenger, the Lucid Air.
Oh, okay.
So the Lucid Air, it feels like it's trying to redefine luxury almost by going back to basics. The sources mention this really fascinating feel they achieve, a modern retro mid-century future.
Yeah.
What's the thinking behind that kind of minimalist approach?
Well, what's really fascinating here is how they use really cutting-edge tech, but the goal is to achieve this almost nostalgic kind of effortless elegance.
Huh?
They want the car to be simple to interact with. Like, take the audio design, for example. They apparently spend ages on tiny details, like the turn signal sound.
Click, clack.
Exactly. Designing it to sound reminiscent of, like, 1970s American cars. It even mimics the slight delay an old incandescent bulb would have before it flashed.
Oh, that's specific.
It's very clever. It's a way to provide that sense of familiarity, but within this ultra-modern package.
I was really surprised by that detail in the sources. You expect the performance stats, sure, but that level of dedication to sophisticated nostalgia wrapped up so cleanly, it feels like a signature move.
It is, and the sources describe its overall luxury feel as, well, quintessentially American in its ease of use.
So easy to just get in and go.
It's sort of the anti-tech headache approach. It's designed to be one of the easiest EVs to just jump into and drive immediately. You're not overwhelmed by layers and layers of digital menus and submenus.
Right.
Lucid's philosophy seems to be that, true luxury is having access to technology, but without being forced to constantly fiddle with it. Keep the driving simple, focused.
And simple doesn't mean small, right? Because this thing is huge inside.
Oh, absolutely.
The sources call the whole design an exercise in clever use of space.
It really is. The cabin space is genuinely immense. They achieved this sort of fishbowl-like greenhouse effect, partly because of the full glass roof.
All right.
It starts right from the windshield and goes way back, giving you this huge visual space. And the cargo space is also really well thought out.
Also food.
Well, the trunk has this reverse clamshell design, so the opening is extremely wide and low. It makes it super easy to access and load stuff.
Okay.
It's this mix of kind of American abundance in size, but with really clever, practical packaging. Testers definitely noted that.
And speaking of packaging, the interior design itself, it avoids what our sources call digital clutter.
Correct. Yeah, the Lucid Air feels like a really refreshing step away from the digital arms race you see in a lot of premium cars these days.
Like that screen.
Exactly. The signature feature that shows this is that retracting center screen, you can fold it up in a way, reveals extra storage space, or just, simplifies your digital view, and the driver's display. It only gives you the critical primary information, keeps the distracting gimmicks really to a minimum.
Okay, let's shift gears then. Let's talk performance and capability, because this is where the Air seems to, well, really make its mark. The range and power figures are just staggering.
Yeah, staggering is the right word. The Air offers a unique kind of luxury in just having range. Loads of it. Even the, let's call them the base models, they start just shy of 500 horsepower, which is already seriously quick.
Right.
But then you get to the higher end models, like the Grand Touring, that jumps over 1,000 horsepower and offers around 500 miles of range.
500 miles. Wow.
And the top one, the Sapphire, it boasts a frankly mind-bending 1,200 horsepower.
Okay, 500 miles of range combined with that kind of power.
Yeah.
That's a huge dent in range anxiety for a luxury buyer, isn't it?
It absolutely is. But what might be even more crucial long-term is the charging architecture.
Oh, yeah.
The Air features a cutting-edge 900-volt system. Now, To put that in perspective, a lot of premium EVs right now are on 400 volts, maybe 800 volts if they're advanced.
So 900's faster?
Significantly faster charging times, yes, if you can find the high-speed chargers that support it. It makes the time spent charging feel almost as quick and convenient as, a fast gasoline fill-up. That's the promise.
Okay, so if Lucid is delivering simplicity through space and speed, the EQS seems to promise isolation and immersion. Let's step into the Mercedes bubble now.
Right.
If the Lucid is about elegance through absence, the Mercedes is clearly embracing the opposite. Maximalist, feature-rich luxury. It sounds like a tech head's paradise.
That really is the core difference, isn't it? If you love technology, if you love screens, personalization options, then the EQS is designed specifically for you. You get in, and you're immediately struck by the sheer abundance of modes, screens, features, settings, and that's even before you option the famous full Hyperscreen.
Right, that massive dashboard screen.
Yeah. Mercedes is playing directly into that EV enthusiast mindset, the person who wants every system optimized, displayed, controllable.
It sounds like the overall sensory experience, then, is where the EQS really shines brightest.
Absolutely. Take the ambient lighting, for example. It's spectacular, often described as the cabin's true highlight.
More than just choosing a color.
Oh, yeah. It's not just customizable. It's actually an interactive experience. It has automated patterns that change in real time, not just to reflect your drive mode, but also to give you warnings.
Like what?
Like, it might change color based on inputs from the safety systems, like collision risk, or even based on climate control adjustments. It's very dynamic.
Interesting.
And this visual spectacle combines with selectable drive sound enhancers, bringing some character and customized audio feedback back into the silent EV experience.
But the real S-Class B&A, that has to be the ride quality, right? The isolation. That's the traditional Mercedes luxury hallmark.
Nail it. The signature ride quality is preserved flawlessly. This is an exceptionally plush riding car, often described as the better magic carpet.
Better magic carpet, I like that.
It just floats over road imperfections. And the seats, they're on another level of relaxation. Multiple zone massages, warming, cooling, those signature headrest pillows.
Ah, yes, the pillows.
It really does create that isolation chamber feeling. Yeah. Total comfort.
However, one of our sources did point out that while the EQS is super plush, its unique shape, the sort of rounded, very aerodynamic profile, it actually means the rear headroom is a bit compromised compared to a traditional boxier S-Class.
That's a really great point, and it highlights the German design philosophy here. Function, perhaps, over traditional form in some ways.
Explain that.
Well, the EQS is designed to be futuristically sophisticated, right?
Yeah.
And a huge priority was efficiency. That unique shape, which, might slightly compromise rear headroom for very tall passengers. It was necessary to achieve an incredibly low drag coefficient, just 0.20, which is remarkable for a big sedan.
And that low drag helps.
Directly translates into maximized range, which for a Mercedes is a vital part of electric luxury, getting every last mile out of the battery.
Okay, that makes sense. That's a wonderful piece of engineering context. So beyond the cool interactive tech and the comfort, what specific feature makes the EQS maybe superior for practical daily use, say, in a dense city environment?
Oh, without a doubt, it's the standard four-wheel steering.
Four-wheel steering on a sedan.
Yep. And since both the EQS and the Air are, let's face it, exceedingly large vehicles, big luxury boats, the rear-wheel steering in the EQS makes the car feel much smaller in tight spots.
How does that work?
Like in urban parking garages or navigating narrow streets. At low speeds, the system uses quite aggressive opposite lock on the rear wheels. It effectively shrinks the turning circle dramatically, makes it much easier to maneuver.
Okay, that's a big practical plus for a big car.
Definitely. And its self-driving capability, the driver assistance systems, are also noted as being generally superior to Lucid's Dream Drive, operating more smoothly, more gently, adding to that relaxed isolation chamber experience.
Right. We've looked at the philosophies, the daily use cases. Let's try and connect this now to the bigger picture, maybe break down some of the technical differences in their architecture.
Okay. Yeah, if we connect this to the bigger picture, we're basically comparing two engineering marvels, just with different approaches. Lucid, for example, achieved a lot of its efficiency and range partly through miniaturization. They created these extremely power-dense, very compact electric drive units.
Which frees up space.
Exactly. It leaves immense space for the cabin and for those large battery packs.
Okay, and the EQS, how does its power architecture stack up technically?
Well, the Mercedes EQS, it really confirms its place as that top-tier electric flagship, building on their established engineering foundation. The sources, including some of the Italian data we looked at, they highlight the sheer power output across the range.
Go on.
So for those of you familiar with European metrics, the EQS offers versions ranging from 200 to 192 CV, that's horsepower, up to 658 CV, and the torque gets up to 950 nanometers.
Okay, just pausing there.
Hmm?
CV is basically horsepower, right? And M, Newton meters, that's the twisting force. So 950 M-meter means instant acceleration.
Precisely, that neck-snapping kind of instant power delivered right to the wheels, yeah.
And the range.
The autonomy is very strong, too. It's declared from about 770 kilometers up to over 800 kilometers in the WLTP cycle.
And WLTP is just the European standard test for range, more or less.
Correct, yeah. It's the common standard used there. And this range, it's achieved thanks to high-density batteries and also sophisticated energy management systems. They can even be upgraded over the air, OTA updates.
Okay, and how fast can this luxury liner replenish that energy? What's the charging like?
DC rapid charging reaches up to 200 kilowatters, which is pretty fast. It means you could add around 300 kilometers of range in just 15 minutes under ideal conditions.
Decent.
And the underlying German engineering behind this is clear. The platform, it's called EVA2M. It implements a new 800-volt system with advanced silicon carbide power electronics. Actually, one of your Italian sources specifically highlighted the benefit of this system. It said, "Questo migliora l'efficienza e riduce I tempi di ricarica." Basically, this improves efficiency and reduces charging times. It's all about optimizing the flow of energy.
Okay, got it. So when we put them head-to-head like this, what does it all really mean for the driver, for you, the potential buyer?
Huh.
It seems the Lucid Air offers that extreme power, potentially up to 1,200 horsepower, and that bleeding-edge 900-volt charging potential. And it pairs that with a focus on simplicity and space.
Right, minimalist speed demon, almost.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the EQS provides that established traditional luxury feel, superior low-speed maneuverability thanks to the four-wheel steering, and a massive focus on the in-cabin sensory experience.
Yeah.
You know, the interactive lighting, those amazing massage seats, the total isolation.
Maximalist tech cruiser.
Exactly.
It really raises an important question for luxury buyers, doesn't it? The ultimate choice, it kind of boils down to your philosophy of luxury. Well, do you want that effortless elegance and simplicity? Do you want the technology to just fade into the background? That's more the Lucid approach. Or do you want the perfectly tailored, maybe slightly over-engineered personal bubble that's packed with every conceivable feature and interactive technology, which is, you know, the EQS.
It seems like both demonstrate pretty clearly that electric luxury doesn't require compromises on the core things like comfort or speed.
Absolutely not.
It's just different priorities for how you actually experience that luxury.
Indeed. And the market is really defining itself through these two quite contrasting visions right now.
Yeah, the contrast between the Lucid Air and the Mercedes-Benz EQS is just a perfect illustration of how this high-end EV market is figuring itself out. Speed and space versus refinement and spectacle.
And think about this. We saw how the EQS achieved its record low drag coefficient, that 0.20 figure, through its very specific shape, right? Prioritizing efficiency in a very visible, sculpted way. Now, given the Lucid Air's phenomenal performance and range, which it achieves partly through less visible engineering like motor miniaturization, it makes you wonder, how much does true elegance or luxury rely on visible high-tech features versus maybe seamless, efficient engineering that you don't even notice?
That's a really interesting thought to leave with. Something for you to consider the next time you look at a luxury EV.
Exactly.
Well, we hope this deep dive gave you the nuggets of knowledge you needed to feel well-informed on this particular electric luxury battle.
Yeah, lots to think about there.
Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive.
And if you enjoy gaining knowledge quickly and thoroughly, please be sure to follow the channel for more explorations into complex topics like this one. Grazie per averci ascoltato.
We really appreciate your time.